Hi, in today's video, I'm going to do a quick unboxing and overview of my brand new Mulberry Zipped Bayswater. I've been trying to decide for a while between the Zipped Bayswater and the Classic Bayswater, but because I don't have a Mulberry store near me, I've never actually seen either bag in person. However, when the Mulberry site decided to have a great sale, I wanted to go ahead and pull the trigger to take advantage of the sale. So to help me make my decision, I went to, where else, YouTube, to watch some review videos and what does it fit videos to help me make the decision. And I think probably the channel that was the most helpful was Chic Professor. She had a couple of videos on Bayswater and actually had a comparison between the two. And even though when she was doing the comparison, she was trying to decide between the two as well, and she went with the Classic, watching her thought process and seeing the bags on her frame really helped me decide. And for me, a work bag means I really want to be able to get my work laptop in it, and there's just not a lot of videos out there that show kind of regular laptops and how they fit in bags. So I thought I would come on here and show you how this will function for me as a work bag. And I don't actually know, so we're going to find out together. But first, if you like this video or find it helpful, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. So the package arrived quickly. I ordered it on a Friday and had it by Tuesday, and it just came in this big plain white box. Then when I opened the box, it has a beautiful mulberry bag, and it looks kind of like a deep forest green, hunter green color that has a nice ribbon handle and a tie at the top. Then inside the bag, it's got a piece of tissue over it, and then it's in the dust bag, which does say Mulberry England on the front, and they just have that tied up. So here is the bag, and you can see I bought it in the oxblood color, which is a really deep reddish, almost with a little bit of a plum kind of cast to it color. And I just love this color in my wardrobe anyway. I feel like it really goes with everything year round. It really does function as a neutral. There's not really any colors that a good oxblood doesn't go with. This bag is in the small grain leather, which means it has a little bit of texture to it. I always like that for work bags because I travel for work from time to time, and so I want to be able to use this as my carry-on bag that I keep with me under the seat, and so it's going to get put under the seat in front of me, and so I need it not to be too delicate, and I just think a nice texture does a good job of helping to disguise any marks. Now that I've got all of the paper and tissue off of the outside of the bag, you can see a little bit better what it looks like. It does have the turn lock with the straps in the front. Gives it a little bit of an Hermes Birkin bag look, and you just do that. I think you can cinch the bag maybe a little bit with this, but I think mostly it's just meant to be decorative. For the top, it has a couple of features that I really like. The first is it has a zipper top, and that's something that really is a must for me when I'm traveling, is I need something that I can close up. I don't close my bag all the time, but when I'm traveling, or especially if I'm just in a busy place, obviously I feel like I have more security if I have it zipped. So this does have a zipper, and it's actually a nice double zipper, so you can zip it in several different configurations depending on what you need. It also has these nice tails, which means if you untuck these, the zipper extends even a little bit past the bag, so that just gives you a bigger opening to be able to get stuff in and out of, which I really like, but then you can tuck those little tails in so it doesn't disturb the sleek look of the bag. And I should also mention that all of the hardware on this bag is brass, at least in the oxblood color. Of course, it came stuffed with tissue, so I've just taken that out, so now you can basically see in the bag, and it's just one large big pit. The inside is a suede lining, and it's the same oxblood color. Might have been nice if it was a contrasting color, especially something lighter, just so you could see in it a little bit better, but it is really beautiful, and I certainly wouldn't buy a bag because of that. And then it just has the one slip pocket on the back side, and the slip pocket appears to be about 5 or 6 inches wide and deep as well. So it's not a very big slip pocket, but it's probably big enough to be able to slip a phone. Yep, it is. And that's it basically for the different components and features of the bag. It does not have feet. I do like feet, but once again, that's not really a requirement for me. But now let's talk about the dimensions really quickly. So per the website, it says that the bag is 11.5 inches high, and the depth is 7 3/4, The width is 13 and a half up to 18, so I assume this is the 13 and a half, and then it goes all the way up to the 18. And then the handle drop is 7 3/4. So that is a pretty good handle drop where I think you can wear it very comfortably on the crook of your arm, but you can also wear it up on your shoulder. Hopefully also even with the bulky coat on, because we are going into winter. So I'll have to try that. I will insert some modeling shots towards the end of the video so you can see how this does wear on the crook of the arm and on the shoulder. But let me actually measure the interior, because that's what's really the most important to me, is what are the interior dimensions. And I also find sometimes that with bags, websites have a tendency to round or maybe not be really careful. And so when you're trying to get something big like a laptop in a bag that's not going to be that much bigger, those, 1/4 inches, 1/2 inches make a difference. So let's just see how it compares if I measure it myself. So quickly, just to further my point, I just want to show you, measuring the outside at the bottom, the bag is just at 13 inches. So it told me the narrowest was 13 and a half, so I've already lost 1/2 an inch based on what the website told me. Okay, so by the time I get inside and have accounted for the thickness of the leather and all of that, it's just over 12 and a half inches on the inside. So obviously if you're trying to get something like a laptop in it, 13-inch laptops are going to be, depending on what model of course, they're going to be about that width. So this is probably going to be a little bit narrow to at least fit perfectly parallel in the bag, but we'll get to that in just a minute. And then the height is the other dimension that I have concern with, so let me just check the height. And I would say the actual usable inside space for the height up to comfortably the zipper is a little less than 10 3/4. And then the depth is just over 7 inches. So of course, as I would expect, they're measuring exterior, and even though I don't agree with some of their exterior measurements, by the time I measure interior, I have lost some of that size. So just in case you're looking for something that might fit a laptop, obviously your laptop's going to be different dimensions than mine, so you'll see how mine fits, but that'll just give you a little bit better idea whether yours will fit. But now let's actually go ahead and try it out. So let's just see. So it does go down in there very, very easily. And I think a large part of that is because these tails do help me get into there very, very easily. When I look in there, I can tell my laptop is really right at the edge of the base, so it is pretty much taking up every bit of room. In terms of height, it does slip under the zipper, so there are no problems with my laptop fitting in here comfortably, at least while the bag's empty. But now I'm going to go ahead and take the laptop out, and I'm going to take my other bag that I've been carrying recently, which is my Givenchy medium Antigona bag, and I'm going to try my stuff from this bag in here. Now I can get my work laptop in this bag, but when I have it filled up with my other stuff like I do right now, it is not an easy thing to get it in and out. So if I'm going to carry my work laptop in this bag, then I do have to ditch some of the other stuff that I would otherwise carry. And so that's one of the reasons why I was interested in trying this bag, to see if maybe it would allow me to carry everything I want to carry on an everyday basis, plus my work laptop a little bit more comfortably. So let's give that a try. So I've taken my laptop out of this one for the moment, and we'll just start putting things in. So first thing I have is a pouch with makeup in it. Then I have another pouch that just keeps all the various things that might otherwise float around in your bag. For instance, like that tape measure that I was just using, it's something I carry around all the time. But I have pens and hand sanitizer and paper clips and who knows, just those kinds of things in here. Then I have my glasses case, my bullet journal, business card holder. Then out of the zip pocket on this one, I have keys, my wallet, which I always carry a slim wallet no matter what bag I'm carrying, and my badge for work. Since those won't really fit in that slip pocket in this one, I don't think, at least not if I want to also carry my phone, I'm just going to tuck those in the side. Thing of mints, and then it looks like most everything else in here. Oh, there we go. Coin purse. And then the other things in here are a couple of papers that I have, and then my gloves and a really thin jacket that I love to be able to throw in here because planes sometimes are really, really cold, and I just like to have that. So I'm going to wait to put this in here until I try out the laptop. But there you can see what all of that stuff looks like in the bag. I definitely still do have some room in here. So now I'm going to try out my laptop and my notebook I use for work and see how that does. I do have to kind of reconnoiter things a bit because a couple of things are kind of falling in the exterior floor space of this, but that still goes in quite easily. And then my notebook. All right, well that's definitely starting to get it pretty packed, but it does all fit, as you can see, and I can still zip it up and tuck the tails in. So, of course, the bag is very heavy by this point. It's not the bag's fault. The bag is lighter than my Antigona bag for sure, but you know, my laptop probably weighs about 3 pounds in and of itself. So it's definitely heavy, but I am used to that. Now these handles do seem to be pretty well constructed. One of the reasons I don't use something like a Neverfull or the similar tote that all the other luxury brands have is because I just don't feel like those straps are secure enough for this kind of weight. So I do think these straps are going to hold up a little better. Plus they're just a little bit more comfortable because they're rolled, and so it's going to be more comfortable when I have a lot of weight on my shoulder. And of course, one of the other reasons that I don't use something like a Neverfull is a lot of those totes don't have a zipper across the top. Now for good measure, let's just see how I do at putting my little thin windbreaker in here. And this is great because I can literally like clump it up if I need to. And that goes in just fine. And then my gloves. So, yep, I can get absolutely everything in here pretty comfortably. Only drawback is it's heavy. This bag could weigh absolutely nothing, and all of these contents are going to make it heavy. So I am really, really excited and pleased with the size of this. I might wish it was a smidge bigger, but just to give me a little bit more breathing room with the stuff, but I don't need it to be any bigger to function the way that I want. One other thing I thought I would do is just compare the bases of both of these bags. So in case you have the Givenchy Medium Antigona, you have a little bit of an idea of how the Bayswater compares. So if I line these up, base to base, the depth is almost exactly the same, and the width is maybe just 1/4 inch longer on the Antigona than the Bayswater. But I think because of the opening of the Bayswater, this space is a little bit more practical to access than the Antigona. So now I'll go ahead and include a couple of modeling shots so you can have a feel for how the bag looks in the various ways that you can wear it. And just for reference, I am 5'7". So there you have my quick unboxing, overview, and demonstrating how this bag will work for me as a work bag. I hope you found this video helpful. Please be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you did. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you did so you can come back and catch some of my next videos. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.